Well, good evening everybody and another episode of Whitebeard's Kitchen. So it's coming up to St. Patrick's Day and it's celebrated all around the world by Irish and non-Irish alike. So what I'm doing is, it's a special green chicken curry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create the paste or masala for this particular curry. So there we are, that's just about half a cup of coriander going in. Now I have about a quarter of a cup of mint leaves, and in this bowl, and I'm going to be trying to be very careful, I have 11 garlic cloves going in, and then I have 2 medium-sized onions, and I have a mixture of red and white. It's just what I had, so I'll just grab chunks of that and put that in, but I'm not going to bore you to death with the details of that, so I'll put some more in now and then I'll get a spoon and scoop the rest of it in once I have it in. So I have roughly 6 green chilies going in. There we are, shiv everything down well. Okay, so there we are, that's that going in, and now to try and scoop the good old onion in without spilling too much of it around the table, hopefully. So pack it all in, that's that in. So not worry about a spoon of onions not going in out of those 2 onions. And then about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and if I get a pip in here, I'm not going to worry because everything's going to be blitzed. So there we are, that's about a tablespoon of lemon juice in. And now for the very last bit, it's about a quarter of a cup of full fat Greek yogurt. As I say, I prefer to use the full fat. I just think the other stuff is a bit too runny, the ordinary and that light stuff, and it doesn't have as much body. So there we are. So that's all that in. Scoop it in. Never mind about the mess. So I'm going to pop this in a blender and show you the colour of it when it comes out. Oh, and I should have said in this jar as well, I did forget, I also had it mixed in with the onions there. I had roughly about an inch piece of ginger, which I just chopped ever so roughly. Well, in the pot I have 2.5 tablespoons of butter ghee, and I also have a tablespoon and a very heaped tablespoon of coconut oil. Use any oil which you wish, vegetable oil, sunflower oil. And as I say, it's a St. Patrick's Day curry, and nothing better to go with it than a pint of the black stuff, not for the curry but for the chef here. Your good health, sláinte as we would say in Ireland. My God, that's great, particularly on a Saturday night when I'm standing and cooking this bloody thing. Anyway, without further ado, I have 700 grams of chicken thigh that I have just chopped into bite-sized pieces, and that's going in. What I'm looking to do is get a bit of a good sear on this chicken. So I'll give it a bit of a mix round, and to help it on its merry way, what I'm going to do is add in roughly about 3/4 of a teaspoon at the moment of salt, and in the paste that you've seen me make, there was no salt in that at all, so we'll just add salt to the dish as we go along. There we go, so I'm going to say that's about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. The next little ingredient that I'm going to add is a level teaspoon of the good old sunshine spice of India, turmeric powder. Give that a bit of a whiz round. Now I have this on a high heat, so I'm going to turn it to a medium to high, just because I'm going to walk off and have a sip of my beer, or my good old Guinness. That's a bit of an insult, calling Guinness a beer. It is not. So I'll keep an eye on it though and give it a stir, and I'll come back and show you what the chicken is like when I have it seared. You'll probably not see too much because you can see the turmeric is already working on it, but that should help it along. So here we are. You'll see that I have got a decent enough sear on the chicken. So the next stage is very simply, I'm going to put the paste in that I made, the green paste. So I'll try and get as much as this in from this blender jar, and if not, then I'll be using water anyway, so as usual, waste not, want not, my water will go in. To this, give it a good shake round and it'll be added. That's about as much as I'll get in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this kind of to medium low, and just give this a good mix. And you'll see that obviously the chicken itself, because it was thighs, there's obviously some fat through thigh, unlike breast. It's not as dry, it's a bit more moist, which is great. So you give this just on a medium, just a good stir around. Try and get the chicken coated as much as possible. So I'm going to probably do this give it a good mix around and make sure that the paste is cooked through with obviously the garlic is raw. You want to get that onion paste, and the other good thing as well, you know, it's an easy way with blitzing your onions like this. It creates a nice paste, and also a lot less hassle sometimes from having to fry things down, but sometimes you need those bits of onion through a curry. There we are. So this St. Patrick's Day curry is looking great. Definitely. Couldn't ask better in terms of the green colour. Let's hope it stays like this. Anyway, the turmeric, as you've seen, hasn't made any effect whatsoever in that colour. And it's a nice emerald green colour, and as the call is the Emerald Ale. And the reason the call is that is, just as a wee bit of thing, it does nothing but buck and rain, what do you call it, there's no season here, we don't have a dry summer, we don't have drought. It'll bucket out of the heavens at any time. So, no wonder they call us that song, the 40 Shades of Green. Well, with the amount of rain that we get and the lack of sunshine, you would expect that, wouldn't you? So just give this a good stir, keep stirring it round. As I say, it's on a medium to medium high, more to medium. And if the truth be told, actually, this is obviously an Indian curry, believe it or not, it is indeed. It's Hariyali curry. But I'm calling it St. Patrick's Day curry, and thank you, India, for coming up with a dream curry like this for us Irish. And no doubt in Delhi and elsewhere and throughout Mumbai and India, no doubt there'll be some form of green, because, but Jesus, we're spread throughout the world. You know, I think I even had a couple of years back, and probably it's maybe a tradition now as well, the Great Wall of China, parts of it was lit up green. And if you're living in the United States and Australia, well, you know yourself, there's plenty of us there. We either came from a famine or else we were convicted as criminals and booked and sent out to your country. So you must have a bit of a laugh. You didn't laugh at your history, at times with some of the crap that went on. You know, if you don't have a good laugh at yourself, you laugh at nobody. I'm going to say that's a good start of that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a level teaspoon just under it of garam masala and give that a mix round. There, and that hopefully, but Jesus, doesn't change the colour. No, it doesn't. Thank God for that. Alright, so it's starting to bubble away nicely. And the smell is absolutely, I have to say, it's amazing with the green chilies and the garlic, and so much garlic too. And I love my garlic, so I can't complain. So this Hariyali curry, just going to add in some water. So I'm going to say probably about 2 cups of water. Going to put this on a medium high. I'll come back from time to time and give it a bit of a stir as well. And what I'm going to do is just add actually another tiny wee taste of water. I want this to cook down pretty well. So into my blender jar, get the lid on, make sure it's on tight, because it's near 10 o'clock at night here in the good old Mourne Mountains that sweep down to the sea. That's an our song, good old Irish song, and that's where I live, in the Mourne Mountains. So there we are. That's all the lovely paste in. So probably 3 cups of water all together, and I can evaporate away there. As I say, turn this on to a medium high. Doesn't that look amazing? Holy shit! My goodness gracious! Hey, I think the whole country should cook this for St. Patrick's Day. Anyhow, lid on. I'll see you later, folks. So I just thought I'd have a wee check again on the chicken, and it's doing nicely. And you'll see I've turned this now down to kind of a medium low. I'm just going to have another beer. So this time I've run out of Guinness. So a good old this time for the chef. Don't know if you can see the colour here, it's a very amber, don't want to get into the curry. It's an Irish ale called Smithwick's. So another great Irish ale, beer is lager. Anyway, we'll not get into that debate. So I'm way down, to plank my back end down on a chair and watch a wee bit of football, highlights, and let this do on a medium low. And I'll check this again. I'm going to say another probably 15 minutes and that curry should be done. Well, here we are, guys. I've just added just a wee tiny taste of water in, and this is now cooked. I am going just to taste it to see do I need maybe a taste of salt or anything in it. So bear with me on that. Yep, I'm going to say probably about another, I'll put it in now, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. There is a kick of that, but it's kind of a different kick because I haven't cooked a curry before with mint in it, and it's quite fresh. So I just give the salt a bit of a stir, and white spicy. It's not overpowering, it's not blow your face off, but you do get a bit of a kick. So just in now with a bit of a pinch of garam masala to sit on the top, and you can see the oil come to the top too, so you know that it's ready, and the chicken is well cooked through. So I'm going to turn that off, and I will show you what it's like when I have it out on a serving plate. And obviously the main and important thing for me is a proper taste test. Okay, I'll be back very shortly. Well, here we are. This is a Irish St. Patrick's Day curry. However, it is from India and it's called chicken hariyali. So do try this though for St. Patrick's Day. Look at that wonderful green colour. Well folks, now for the taste test. So here we are. Yes, it's a bundle, it's not all the curry on my plate. So I have some whole grain basmati rice. But that's what I'm having. So here we are. There is a nice kick to this with the green chilli. Not overly spicy. Kind of gets you a wee bit on the tongue. Obviously you can taste the coriander coming through because you've seen the paste being made up, and obviously that mint gives it a freshness, and there's not that amount of other spices as you've seen that were added in, just a few pinches of garam masala and a tiny taste, about a teaspoon I think of turmeric. This is a really fresh curry. I've never had anything like this before. As I say, St. Patrick's Day curry for us Irish people, but it is called chicken hariyali. Do try this. So from Whitebeard's Kitchen, I'm going to say, look after yourself, your family, your friends, rock on, and bye for now.